where they shall click on the password button and be redirected to the reset page where they shall enter their access card. In the access card number field, the user shall answer two personal questions entered during the time of registration. They shall be directed to the security code page where they will have the ability to receive one-time code on their phone. Right only option, they can choose for them to be called up. You receive a text message. User shall click on the above one of the above options. You receive the security code within the 30 minutes of expiry. With expiration time with it. So that means that if they don't do it within, they have to do it within the 30 minutes duration. And they shall enter the security code field and click submit button. The user shall be redirected to the create password page where they will put in their new password and then confirm password. Then they shall click done. And then at this point, they will have the ability to reset their password. And then the other one was the client admin user. As a registered client admin user of the bank, I want to have the ability to reset password for a client end user so that they can log into their bank account. Given that the registered client user is on the admin login page of the TD Bank, and the client admin signs in as an administrator, they shall be redirected to the client user page. Client user shall click the user account where they shall be redirected to the user account this page. They will select the user account and then click on the reset button. They shall also be redirected to the main page where they shall have the ability to select the following. It can be done manually or they can auto generate a password. After that, they will select which one of them and then they will send it to the client for them to reset your password. So this is what I did for the reset for. ATM. So ATM, this one just took some of these photos somewhere and took it and added it to it. But yeah, it is a typical ATM. You have a customer, you have the ATM technician in the bank. The things that you can do on the ATM, you can check your balance, you can deposit funds, withdraw cash, transfer funds, maintenance for the ATM technician. And of course, you can also repay. Now, this is a transaction on the ATM machine by a user. So you can withdraw, check, account balance, deposit. Then the preconditions, what needs to be there before the whole action goes on. The bank customer must possess a bank card. The network connection to the bank must be active. The system must at least have some cash that can be dispensed. The cash withdrawal service option must be available. And then the basic flow of an ATM withdrawal cash selects language, the card, the read card, enter your PIN, select withdrawal, select the amount, select the currency denomination, confirm amount, dispense the cash, take a receipt, the card comes out, retrieve your card, and then use key ends. The alternative flow, things that can happen even if it doesn't go successfully. So the language button can be faulty, the card can be defective or inactive. Card cannot be read, like it's not readable by the system. You can have a wrong PIN. The select withdrawal option may not be available for you. Select the amount. Preferred amount may not be displayed. Sometimes they'll give you 20, 40, 60. Probably you want to only take $10, and $10 will not be there for you to take. The amount requested exceed the system limit. Let's say the system is set to $500 per transaction, and then you put in $1,000. That could be an alternative flow. What should happen in the system when you put in that number? The system has less than the cash that requested. Yeah, let's say the system doesn't have enough money in the system for you to withdraw. What should happen and stuff like that. Preferred denomination of non-available, like I made mention. If it's, let's say you want $150 and if the options given to you, 150 is not part of it. Then um, under the dispense cash, um, the cash cannot be dispensed. Even though you made a request, there will be no money out. And sometimes even if the money is out, if you request $100, you give it just 50 or 20 or something. What should happen? Take the receipt stage. The receipt option may not even be displayed on the machine. Machine out of paper. Receipt bag, no information on it. It can still print you the receipt, but there will be no information on it on paper. So, and then the machine doesn't even display the paper at all. On the card, ejecting of the card can be jammed into the ATM machine, but you probably will not be able to get it out. What should the system do at that point? Post condition. So this is what should happen after everything. The ATM has returned the card and dispensed the cash to the customer, and the withdrawal is done for the registered account. The ATM has returned the card to the customer. No withdrawal is done on the customer's account. ATM has returned the card but not supplied the amount of cash registered as withdrawn from the account, the customer's account. The ATM has kept the card. No withdrawal has been made on the customer's account, and the customer has been notified for more information. So I just did this. ATM check balance. This is another one.
So it is also important for you to talk us through the diagrams that you have as well.
Oh, sorry, yeah. So the diagrams. So this is a customer, and so the customer and this little thing, the withdrawal thing, it's posing as the ATM machine, and then you have a bank system. So what happens is that when the customer now gets into the ATM machine and there's a mistake or there's something goes wrong, the ATM, there's interaction between the ATM and then the bank system. So let's say if the card is jammed, I believe that if the card is jammed, there's a message that's going to be sent to the bank system and then the service administrator. If somebody tried to use a stolen card or something like that, the security administrator will be notified that somebody tried to use a stolen card or something like that. So this is the diagram showing the different actors that plays a role in this ATM scenario. This is also ATM account, check account balance. So the preconditions: the bank customer must possess the bank card. The network connection to the bank must be active, and the check account option must be available. And when you go here, you have a little diagram here. This is the customer, and that's the ATM. And this is the bank system, the service admin, and the security admin, like I explained before. And then this is the check account balance. So there's interaction between the customer and checking their bank account balance. What could happen? Whom is the customer interacting with? So these are the various actors that they will be interacting together to make the transaction possible. Basic flow of the ATM check account balance. So yeah, when you get there, the same thing is you select your language, say your card read, enter PIN, select your account, then you log out, eject, retrieve your card, and the use case ends. And these are the alternative flows. If that is not the successful one, is not. If the transaction is not successful, these are other things that can happen. And most of the time, in a typical use case, where you elaborate more, every single step, there has to be a solution. So if the language pattern is faulty, and a message is sent to the system admin and the bank system for them to there's a log in, there's a log that it logs the information for them to know that, okay, this is fault, it's registered, and then I believe that this system admin will be notified, or the technician will be notified to go out there and fix it. So, and then this is the post condition for the check account balance. I also want to touch on this on the ATM deposit check. Pretty much the same thing. The ATM machine, you want to go and deposit your check. Per conditions, they have to must possess a bank card, the network connection, the bank must be active, the check deposit check option must be available. So the basic flow, you select the one, you insert your card, you read your card, you enter your PIN, enter the amount to deposit, confirm the amount, insert check into the check slot, confirm transaction, take your receipt, eject your card, retrieve your card, and then use case pens. And then these are the post conditions that needs to happen. Okay, so the check project for business requirement documents. So we're supposed to write a business requirement document for DB Church and the bank portal project. These are the features that I put on: the give feature, media center, prayer request, e-store, resource center feature, and the location feature. And then did a little bit of modification here. Website modification prepared by James, version, company name, address, and the date. And then this one was the purpose to capture the approve the business requirement of the project. Approval of this document establish business requirement baseline. Any changes must be followed. The change management process as defined by the DB Church project methodology. So I was still in that from the archives. And then did a little bit of approval of Samuel contract brought to the business owner, and then James brought to the product owner. And, so the business problem, in the wake of COVID-19 pandemic, clients have expressed the need to have additional features to the existing website to enable the church members to connect to the activities of the church. Currently, the system does not allow members to give, purchase church items, watch live service, request for prayer assistance, and watch previous church service online. And the solution to this problem here is to solve this limitation, we will implement the following features to the church website to allow members to participate in the church activities without physically being in the church. So we introduce the give, the e-store, the location, media center, resource center, prayer request features into the website. Now, the things that we assume that the project will not face any funding problem. We'll stick to schedule. Like nothing will come up for us to change our schedule, availability of stakeholders for elicitation of requirements, and then the scope of the project will not change. Risk, system not working according to the intended objective, security breach, since we're collecting data, there's a risk. Quality, when it's set and done, how is the thing going to behave non-functional? Like, is it going to be, would it perform as it's intended to be? Design failure. And then e-scope, those are the areas that are affected by this whole project, that it will provide the ability for to give online, to watch live programs, purchase items, church items, to view location online, to request for prayer and physical assistance online, access church resources online. And then these are all the business feature requirements that I put in the table. Yeah, so the ID's kind of ID's got a requirement test. It's got a name, and then what priority, the status, and then the owner. I kind of put it in this form. That the members shall have the ability to pay their tithe, and this is the pay tithe. So this is how I try to put it to make it look more a little bit professional from what I saw from the document from the. Let me see. So this is the bank one, the portal. We came out with 4 different portals, and the lender, the servicer, the provider, and the borrower portal. And I just want to do the same thing. I just want to touch on the business problem of clients have explained the need to add additional features to their website to enable them to automate most of their business processes. Mind you, this business used to be, they used to do everything manually. Documents, now clients have to call in every single time for any little thing. So they came to a point where they needed most of these things to be automated, and that being done will save the company a lot of money. So they now told us to add all these portals so that the clients can now just go into the respective portals and view whatever information you're looking for. Now, the solution for this, to solve this limitation, we will implement the following features. I listed them out. I take one by one. The portal, the lender portal shall contain the financial reports, loan summary, track disbursed loans, and so all these things were done manually. There's still a lot of documents and paperwork, and now they've been uploaded on the lender portal. So once they open the lender portal page, they have access to view all of these things. And that makes work easier and more efficient for the service supporters. The same thing, the customer care service agent for the bank. The provider portal, the provider has the ability to see upcoming procedures, list of patient, outstanding budget loan, profits, and reports, and etc. This will help the provider to view all information concerning everything about the loans that has been dispersed to patients. And then the borrower to have access to their information, signing on signed documents at the time that they were having this transaction done. You can view their financial statement and be informed about what's going on with your loan. We assume that the project will not face any funding problem. Stick to schedule available for available of stakeholders for elicitation of requirement. The scope will not change. Now, the system not working according to intended objectives, create a breach of the collected data, quality risk, and the design. In scope, provide the ability to be the church. So, business requirement features. This is the ID, loan portfolio reports, buyout loans, and this is how we put it to make it more professional. And, yeah. Okay, let me go and use this for the gas pump. So I'm trying to advertise here. Yeah, so I use the diagram. I use the Luxit chart, whatever program to design it. So this is the diagram for a gas pump machine. So I believe we all have been to a gas pump machine when we have all these actors. You have the operator, whoever is operating it, the technician, financial institution, and then the clerk. If you go to the cashier to get your thing paid, or you can do it manually by yourself. And so here the operator obtains, of course, obtain authorization, and it's enclosed. So once you obtain authorization, how does it obtain authorization? It's from the bank. So once you put in his his card into the ATM machine, there's got to be an authorization from the bank institution to verify that whatever the card is renewed, the PIN is good. So that's what it means by obtain authorization. The operator is the one that's going to pump the fuel. And then he's also, you see the connection here is that he's the one that is paying for the pump. The clerk is the one that's, if he's the one, the cashier, if he's the one that's going to be paying through him, then you're going to pay through him too. So he has a connection with the pay for the pump and then get the fuel as well. And then the technician, when it comes to the maintenance, they are called to come and fix the gas pump. Precondition: gas pump must be in operation, gas pump must be accessible, you must accept credit or debit card, and machine should give a user a receipt after transaction. And then these are the basic flow. Open gas cap, cover and remove the gas cap from the car. Get close to the gas terminal, scan your card, insert your card, enter your PIN, select account type, select amount that you want to buy, remove the card, select obtain type, remove nozzles from the cradle, place nozzles in the gas tank or gallon. Some of us, sometimes you can use gallon instead of your car to go and get your gas. It's very common in Ghana too. Squeeze handle, allowing gas to flow into the tank or the gallon. Wait for the handle to click and disengage. Shut off the gas flow. Remove nozzle from the tank or the gallon. Replace the cradle at the pump. Replace the gas cap and close the gas cap on your car or your gallon. And then take your receipts. So that's the basic flow. That's a successful flow. If nothing happens, things that can happen, the card can be defective, or once you put it in, it's like, oh, your card is not even a good card, or it has been maybe discontinued by the bank. Your PIN could be wrong. The user cannot select obtain type. So I think it's at 87, 89, and I think something for the premium and the regular gas. Probably you want to. The regular gas, which is 87, you try to push the button and it doesn't work. Amount option is not available. It's very fast with the cam jammed in the machine. And then sometimes you could do all these steps and then you try to push the gas and the gas is not coming out. And these are the post conditions. And I also wrote another one, paying by cash. Instead, if you want to go into the cashier and to the click and pay, this is the flow, the basic flow. We get close to the gas terminal and then go to the cashier, pay the amount you want to purchase, and then the same system also come back to follow the same procedure, except that this time you don't insert your card and insert your PIN because you already done that at the cashier or with the click. So yeah.
So what's going to happen if you went to the cashier and then you give the cashier $50, and then you came back to the to the gas pump, and then you fill your tank, and then you realize that as a matter of fact you only needed $35. Your gas is already full, and now you pay the cashier $50. So what's going to be the steps over there?
So normally, and I think I've experienced this one myself. So normally, what happens with gas pumps is that it doesn't matter how much you paid at the cashier. What matters is how much is in your system. So let's say even if you pay 30, like the scenario, $50, and you only have 35, okay. So cashier, just have to go back and tell them that you only got 35. I know with the bank card, it automatically will charge you 35 instead of 50 that you put in the request initially.
Yeah, for the bank card, you don't necessarily even put in the amount at all, right? So for the bank card, you will insert the card and then you authorize the transaction, and then you begin by selecting the type of octane, and you just begin to fill your tank, and then whatever the amount that it will get to 35, 45, whatever the amount get to, that's it. As long as there's money in your bank account, then that's it. But I wanted to see the alternate flow for this as well, the steps for this. So if you went to the cashier and then you didn't know that you were going to need 35 or you're going to need 45, you thought that you were going to need 50, right? And so 50 is what you authorized. You paid it. Then the cashier gave you a receipt. You came back to the gas station, to the pump number 8, pump number 5. You lifted the nozzle. You started filling, and then it got into $38, and your gas, your tank is already full, and
Yeah.
you already paid $50. So what's going to be the steps? So I wanted to see that, or the alternate flow for that.
Okay. I mean, I could definitely put it as part of it. But I believe that if wouldn't you go back and talk to the cashier about how much has been dispensed? Yeah. Okay. Okay. So in the case of you even using your card to pay at the cashier, would you still go back to him because your card would have only registered? Just curious.
Yeah,
I haven't encountered that situation.
in most of these instances, the cashier will give you cash.
Okay.
Yeah, and sometimes the cashier can go back to the if you don't want long process like refund, the cashier can go into the receipt that was paid that you use in paying, and the cashier can really dig in and then even refund the remainder of the money by your card as well. If you want it by card, the cashier can do that as well.
Okay. I mean, that's good to know. I haven't encountered that. Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah, so this is going to be a hint. This is going to be a hint for you guys for Walmart assignment coming up very soon. So if you go to Walmart and then you took the items home, you went back home, and then you realize that, oh no, I didn't really need this item, and then you went back to the store for refund. You guys will be doing like a refund process flow, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so this is a hint. This is supposed to be a hint, for what is coming up.
Oh, sounds good. Thank you. So this case study was to build to develop a system that allows users to save recipe, create a list of meals for coming week, and then it should be based on the recipe should be based on the system. What are we supposed to do either? Your goal is to a list of epics. So let me go through solutions. So I my meal food system, and these are all, and for the epic, all meals. And under that epic, you have user stories, the cookware, ingredients, and the cooking preparation as user stories. When you come to grocery list, it's an epic. Under that, you see all these grocery shop line, share grocery, print selected groceries as a user story, and then make a meal plan as an epic. You pick a meal, you select a date, you review your meal plan, and then my recipe, it's an epic. User stories, you browse recipe, add recipe, and your favorite recipe as user stories. And then there's another one, contact us, it's an epic. And user stories send information to always of the but so all meals, and I elaborated more on it to provide the ability for a user to view varieties of meals, given that a user is on my meal food system main page. User shall either sign up or continue as a guest. So users shall be directed to a new page where they will see the following features. The features are listed here. Users shall click on the My All Meals feature button. They shall be directed to a new page where they shall see a catalog of different meals. So different meals will be shown. User shall select their preferred meal and then be redirected to where they will see the following, the cookware to make that particular meal, the ingredients for that meal, and then the preparation, the instructions that one can follow if they want to make that exact meal. And then the user have the ability to view the cookware ingredients and stuff. Now, lists of key data types, quantitative data, transactional, and then identities, things we're going to be taking personal information and stuff like that we need, and of course quality as well, quality data type. List of any key assumptions, technology. This could cover software development, platform, environment, network, firewalls, bandwidth. The software will be developed in Java. We assume that it's going to be developed in Java. And architecture and design and approach. My team will utilize a REST API architecture methodology. I believe that we're going to be using the agile methodology to develop this. Estimated cost of the project, the cost will stay the same. Initial budget, it will not change. The scope of the project will not change. The risk, data security, since we are collecting people's information from your credit card and stuff like that, it's a huge risk. The design can be huge. The quality, the performance of the software, the products could be will not perform as is intended to perform. The schedule, and then technical failure too, and then it gives you suggested features. So I said, well, going forward, there should be a video of meal preparations. Support center should be also, the feature should be there. Meal plan, meal for children should be there as well, and the meal plan for weight loss should also be there. Maybe the time is up now. But yeah, so this is what I have for my projects.
Okay, all right, great. So we will pause here and then we will continue tomorrow. So whoever is next, tomorrow morning, 5 a.m., we will kick off with that, right?
Okay, thank you very much.